Hey everyone, it's Johnny, and in this video I am once again using the T-Expert UV Dip Resin, but this time I'm making a butterfly. I hope you enjoy the video and thank you for watching. So here I'm starting out by taking some silver jewelry wire and using these round wooden pieces to roughly shape the wire and twist the ends to secure the loop. And I did this with two pieces of wire and overlapped them together so I can have two identical pieces to use for the top of my butterfly wings. While holding the two wire pieces together, I started bending and shaping the wire into the shape of the wings. Then I did the same for the bottom part of the wings. Once the wings were shaped, it was time to add the inner structure. Instead of just placing the wire pieces in straight lines like I did last time, I decided to curl and swirl the ends of the wire into an actual design. Once I was done curling the support wire pieces, I attached them all to the wing pieces using some small dots of UV resin. Next, I took my T-Expert UV Dip Resin and dipped the butterfly wings. The best way to do this, I have found, is to dip the pieces really slowly into the resin, making sure it's completely coated. You really don't want to swirl it around while it's in there because then you end up with really nasty bubbles. Then you slowly lift the piece out of the resin, but leaving the very end inside the resin still so that all the excess resin can flow freely back into the pot. Then lift it out and twist it around to keep it from dripping while it's curing. For the next step, I decided to use my chrome powders. So I took my no wipe gel top coat and applied a layer to the back of each piece. No wipe gel top coat creates a surface that holds the powders well and makes it easier to burnish the powders onto the piece for that smooth chrome finish. Then I decided to seal the back with some sparkly blue UV resin mix, and for this I used Craftor UV resin. For the body, I kind of went back and forth between sculpting it with clay or sculpting with UV resin, but then I decided to instead use some fiberglass pieces, and I really love how it turned out. Next, I cut the extra wire off of the wing pieces and attached them to the body with UV resin before using more wire to create the antennas. Once all the wings and antennas were attached, I used some more wire and UV resin to create and attach some legs. But before I trim and shape the legs, the butterfly needed something to stand on, so I created some mushroom pieces. To do this, I took a cabochon and covered it with more UV resin to make it big enough to hold the butterfly. Once cured, I flipped it over and placed a few UV resin dots all over, curing them immediately to keep them from flattening. Next, I colored the bottom of the mushrooms. For this, I used a color UV resin mix, but the ones you see here aren't in the finished piece. I redid the mushrooms so many times because I can't ever decide on what colors to use, but I left this in anyway to show the process. After the mushrooms were done, I created their stems by wrapping some jewelry wire around a tapered paintbrush. Then I attached the stems to the tops and then attached the assembled mushrooms to the wooden base piece. Next, I bent and trimmed the butterfly's legs before attaching it to the large mushroom using some UV resin. And for the final steps, I painted the base piece and then attached some green fiberglass pieces to the base, and it was done. So this has been a really fun project. I'm really enjoying working with the T-Expert UV Dip Resin. I do want to experiment more with it and try different methods of coloring the pieces. So far, I've tried chrome powders, but I'd really like to try using some color UV or even painting it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you in the next one.